Hello, and welcome to the tPod. This is episode 13, recorded on the 20th of July, 2014. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Best day of the week, when it's the summer, and not when it's like a weekday tomorrow, when it's like a proper day, when you go to work, or school, or whatever you do. Today, it's summer. I'm playing the summer tunes all week long.
It is God's day of rest, and our day of Yogscast news. Ba-da-ba.
Yay! This is kind of like rest, you know. It's just relaxing. It's going to be a gents podcast, you know.
There's literally only three of us here.
This is
Here's the list. Luke.
Oh yeah,
is
we've
on
got to do the
holiday.
intro thing where we go like point at them and go, "Hey, Kieran's here with me today.
Hey.
Ryan's here as well. I'm sure you heard his dulcet tones."
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay.
Buddy's on holiday.
Let's go on with that.
Luke's on holiday.
I can't see the.
Sam is the worst internet in the world. Lucy's covered in paint somewhere in Sunderland.
Ooh, fan fiction right there. Write it, guys. Post it on your Tumblr. Then link it to us so we can read it next week.
What have we been doing this week?
Oh my god, that girl was called Hodor.
Oh, for fuck's sake, stop playing Tinder.
That girl was called Hodor.
I don't think her name is Hodor.
No, he said Hodor.
Well, that might be because she's a fucking Game of Thrones fan.
Okay, for fuck's sake, right. Will, what have you been doing this week besides playing fucking Tinder?
Well, what have I been doing this week? I've spent the whole week inside. I've had nothing to do. I've been so bored. I had like a really boring week because I've finished college, so I got fuck all to do. I've just been sat inside playing games all week. I'm playing Fallout. I've been playing everything. I've been playing a bit of Skyrim. Oh god, what have you been doing this week, Kieran? What have you been doing?
This week, I have been making videos and sleeping a copious amount because I've been catching up on sleep I've lost. But this heat isn't really making it easy. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
God, no. It's been awful.
It's been too fucking hot. Like, you have your window open to let the heat out, but then you get an army of bugs come into your room. You're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Us as British are not prepared for any form of adverse weather.
No.
We can't deal with snow. Any snow. We can't deal with a large amount of rain. We can't deal with a large amount of cold or heat.
Thing is, it snows like once a day in England, once a day of the year in England. So there's no point spending billions of pounds like preventing against it for like the one day it snows.
Well,
but then like you can't prevent against heat. What you meant to do, get air conditioning? That's fucking expensive. You don't want to do that.
Oh no.
You don't want to do that. But this sort of goes back to the whole Yogs. It's the first Yogscast episode, wasn't it? When they were talking about that,
The snowcast.
and we were talking about the weather. Yeah, we can't deal with it.
Yeah.
No. Did I tell you the story about the moth that came into my room? Like,
Did it fly out?
No, it fucking didn't.
The end.
This was like it came through and it flew out. No, right. This was about 3 a.m. I'd been to war with it for ages. It was a fucking big moth. It was like the size of half the size of my palm, and I have big palms. So like I was battling with it. I really.
Sorry, you Robin Williams with hairy knuckles suddenly.
Right, I realised I couldn't kill it because it was too fast. It was too fast for me. So I had to get smart. So what I did, was like, yeah, I opened my door and I was like, "Fucking come at me, moth," because I knew it wanted to get me. So I had my phone in my hand, so I was like, turning the light on, trying to get it over here. Then like I looked away for a second and I lost it, and then it appeared right in my face, like it was an inch away from my face. So I swung for it with my left hand, my free hand, and I sort of went too far, and my arm is like the perfect length to hit myself in the crotch. So I hit myself in the John Thomas at full speed at like 3 a.m. Yeah, and I just collapsed to the floor, and I was sort of half crying and half laughing. And the next day, I can't remember who came up to me. Someone said like, I heard you started like crying last night. Then I heard you laughing. What happened? I had to explain to them what the fuck happened. I was battling with a moth. Long story short, when it did that, it went out my room, and it was like
caused enough problems. It's like Shadow the Colossus.
It fucking hurt.
Well, turn yourself down and turn us up if it's possible.
That's okay. Oh, I can do that actually. It's quite easy. Hang on, I can't turn you guys up.
Just
But
turn you down.
I can turn me. Do I sound better now?
Well, we have to wait 30 seconds until it fucking catches up, don't we?
Do, do, do,
Yeah, I had a bad animal story this week as well, man.
Go on with your animal story.
Right, my cat is a bit of a fucking idiot. And she brought in a live mouse to my room.
Oh
And
god.
I was like, oh great, I'm gonna have to catch it. Except it went and hid in my fucking printer.
Oh yeah.
It pretty much died in my printer.
Oh.
So it's like I'm just trying to pull it out of it, and it's like only just got it. It's like, yeah, this thing's dead.
It's like a fucking burial tomb. No, leave me here. Let me die with honor.
I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's like, I'm not letting it die with honor in there. I got important shit to print.
It's just like, get out. You're
Fucking
paying rent.
Kieran, I'm not gonna get a mouse down here. We got shit to do. So he carries on. Yeah.
Printer ink's expensive, yo.
See,
Yeah, my
you can
printer's
use the
like-
mouse's blood as red ink.
It's red ink.
No, that's disgusting.
It's the most
Besides
expensive liquid
CMYK.
by the gallon, isn't it? Excuse me? What?
A little
So
bit
you
like.
print in CMYK, you don't use red ink.
Oh, sorry. God.
Cyan, yellow.
Cyan, yellow, magenta, key. Key is black.
Wow.
The
Kieran, the
more
printer
you
guy.
know.
Yep.
Well, now I think we've learned everything. This has been a very educational podcast so far. We've only been going like half an hour. Fucking hell.
You get 10 minutes
Right.
so far. What about my week?
No one gives a shit. We're gonna because you
Tell us
skipped me the
about
other
your
week.
week, Will.
Fuck you.
Now tell us about your week, Ryan. I don't care about Will's week. We've already heard it.
How dare you?
We just
You've
put up
done
a
nothing
show.
but Tinder!
I do.
Right.
Okay. Oh,
I
man.
graduated and that's about it.
Hey!
I've also just
Well,
finished
that's,
where-
that's kind of a big thing, though.
I've got
Big
my
thing.
feet up. It's a really weird experience, isn't it, Kieran?
It is,
It's like,
yeah.
Because you sort of expect to be with your friends all day, but they're too busy with their families and stuff that it's just sort of like just really awkward, like all day. And then the ceremony is just like 2 hours long,
Oh
and
god.
it's all about you for 1.5 seconds.
I couldn't be asked for that.
I missed
Couldn't
my
be asked
name
for
being
that.
shouted at because I was getting told off by the woman that was letting people on stage because I tried to get on too soon. She was like, "Wait until the person has got up the steps."
Oh my god.
And then I went on. And then the guy behind me high-fived the woman that was giving out the awards. And everybody
What a
laughed.
bit-
And I was like, so I missed my name, and I've just been overshadowed by that twat. Great.
Oh, right. And so it's not the best graduation. So
It was still
long story-
fun. It-
just skip your graduation, guys. Don't go to it. Just
I went
don't
to
go
TGI
to it.
Fridays after that. That was good.
Oh, I've never been to TGI's.
Oh man, TGI Friday is pretty fucking good.
I've never lived. Never lived. I went to I can't remember what did I go for. I went to like Nando's for the second time the other week. I've only been
Nice.
twice. It's amazing.
I went
Right,
to,
anyway, we're not going to we can't talk about that.
Restaurant
haven't-
pod.
I went to Five Guys.
Well,
Oh, I've always wanted to go to Five Guys.
anything's better than talking about the main talking points this week, I suppose.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually put on the Google Doc and I wrote them down. I'm sorry about this because this is gonna.
Let's just cut to the chase here. The biggest problem here for a lot of people with this news this week is people don't do their fucking research. YouTubers, websites, people that tweet and Reddit about it, they don't really look shit up. So we're not going to really sort of give our opinions here. We're not going to say what they should do and what they shouldn't do, because, putting it bluntly, we don't fucking know. There's still a lot of stuff that's in the dark, whilst the Yogscast actually try and sort out a statement that covers everything. There's a lot of questions that still need to be answered, and we will let them answer their questions. We are in no way sort of protecting the Yogscast from what they're doing, and we're going to try and not give a biased opinion, but at the same time, there's not really much to talk about. There's not much else to critique now. It's almost a week old.
Okay, so let's start. Should we start with? Let's start with Yog Ventures since you already started that sort of thing.
Yeah, so we'll try and deal with the facts first. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Yog Ventures has been pretty much culled. Nerd Kingdom have taken over from Wintercool to sort out the project, I suppose.
But they're making.
Well, that's what
the
we
the
thought,
guys
at
making
least.
Tug. The guys
Yeah.
making Tug, who is going. If you back the Kickstarter for Yog Ventures enough to get the copy of Yog Ventures, you're going to get a copy of Tug now, which I haven't actually looked at yet. but apparently it's sort of a game in the same vein as
it's very
Yog
similar.
Venture. So you're basically getting the same thing, just not the Yogscast version of it.
And that's one of the first things the backers will get. They haven't said that that's the only thing they're going to get.
Yeah. They get all their... Like, if you backed and you wanted, like, a poster, you're going to get your poster and stuff.
You probably get everything.
That's where they took, like... I think they took 150 grand out of the initial budget to pay the backers for that sort of stuff.
Is that what the money...
Yeah, no, well, basically... Okay, let's start from the beginning. They got paid the money. They got paid about 415,000. Mm-hmm. Straight away, Yogscast took 150,000 of that to buy the backers like posters and whatnot to produce all that, so they can actually pay the backers back for backing the project. And then I think after 2 weeks, Wintercool hired an artist who they paid 35,000, who did no work for 2 weeks. So, and it was a lump sum.
No, wait, hold on. Basically, everybody was paid up front. They weren't paid on a monthly basis. They were like, "This is all the money that you're going to earn throughout however long we did a project
2 weeks." They paid this artist £35,000 for 2 weeks of work that they didn't do because they just signed it. I think they just signed onto another company.
No, see, you're doing what everybody else is doing.
That's what it says. That's the facts of it. That's the fact.
Because this guy was working on a project. He had intentions to work on the project, got paid up front for the work that he should have done, but he was offered a job at LucasArts. Was it LucasArts?
Yeah, it was LucasArts.
And obviously a person like him isn't going to skip up on the opportunity. Not many of us are.
Nobody would.
But in his contract, he was not allowed to work for any other companies on any other work. So he had to ditch Yog Ventures to join this other job. My problem with that is, friend or not, how can a lead developer let a guy go away with £35,000 and not confront him about it?
Yeah, it was just fucking ridiculous. So that's what I fucking said, Ryan. Just said.
I think it's stopped again.
Whatever.
Right,
and then basically after that, that's when the Yogscast were like, "Fuck you guys." So then they took a further 100,000 away from the project because the Yogscast could be in charge of the funds now. After that point,
yeah.
And then they never hired a lead programmer. And if you're making a game, if you know anything about game development, you may know that a lead programmer is slightly important to the project as a whole.
It's like the director of a film.
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
Producer then, the guy that works behind.
Producer, whatever. It doesn't matter. But they're important to the project as a whole. The project can't be done without a lead programmer because you need someone with a vision of the code and how they're going to program. Because each program has their own way to code. So yeah, they didn't hire one of them, and the Wintercool had no money left to hire a programmer because the Yogscast took it all. So the project basically fell apart from there. And then some people have been laying their stupid opinions in, and we've had lovely opinions from various YouTubers who will go unnamed, who...
Saying that, this isn't real. We don't mean people like Total Biscuit and in a sense Nerd Cubes, because their opinions are very valid and they do make valid points.
They are very wise people. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about other YouTubers who, they haven't got really the right to talk on a moral compass, about what's right and wrong, if you know what I mean. I think we all know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say it.
I think with people like Terps briefly mentioned it on Sips' stream when they did a little fast Q&A, and he basically said they just sort of, it's a miscommunication. They're not quite getting they're not quite on the same wavelength, which I think makes sense. Wait, we talk about Yog Ventures, we've sort of dwindled over to Yog's Discovery now as well.
Yeah, let's keep Yog Ventures focus, Ryan.
Well, we'll talk on the subject of Yog's Discovery. It was essentially that they were just on the wrong wavelength. They were approaching it in the wrong sort of way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but right, we'll talk about Yog's Discovery in a minute. Let's focus on Yog Ventures. Finish that for a second, because I have different views to you on Yog Discovery.
Well, I guess with Yog Ventures is the main problem is, and me and Kieran were talking about this last night. The Yogscast learned a lot about what to put their name to and what to not put their name to. They took a very big gamble in that sense, and it just got out of hand very quickly. And we knew, a year in, that Yog Ventures was pushing the boat out too far.
I saw that when they announced it. I was like, this game is going to fail. I instantly knew that game was... That's why I didn't back it on Kickstarter, because I knew it would be a failure. There was just something that told me, like... I don't know what, but... The game's scope was too big, and when I looked into Wintercool, I knew the game was too big for them to handle, because, like, Minecraft is simple for a reason. And that reason is because it was made by one guy. Originally made by one guy, and it was simple, it was blocks. Like, this was like a full, like, you can destroy any bit of terrain and make any, like, direction and stuff.
It was like a mixture of Landmark, Minecraft, and Project Spark. It was ridiculous. And for an indie company to do, on any budget, it would struggle. Yeah,
it's just completely overly ambitious. But that's the thing, like, that happens so much in games. Like, when you look at a game, like, that kills so many companies off, like, over ambition, they don't know what their limits are. I'll happen like a bit with Airtight Games and Murder Soul Suspect, which was a game I was hoping would be good. It happens
a lot with films. Kira, do you know that film that they just took ages to make it, and they put so much money in it, and they ended up just going bankrupt?
It sounds a lot like Movie 43.
No, that was just terrible.
That was just nothing but in-jokes from loads of different producers, and it's like, yeah, guys, we're not in on the joke.
Well, it's sort of like the problem with Movie 43 was that they'd go, oh, we've got Hugh Jackman in a sketch. Seth Green, do you want to get involved with this? We've got Hugh Jackman. And then they'll say to Hugh Jackman, oh, we've got Seth Green on a sketch.
Yeah.
And it was just this whole getting so many big names, but none of them sort of... It was just making sketch shows. Just stupid. Anyway, that's Movie 43. No, there's like a really big sort of blockbuster film on the same sort of lines of The Matrix. And they tried making it, this like $1 million company, and they just went bankrupt because it took too long.
Like Junior Forever with like
changed a lot.
What were they called? Like 3D Realm, Junior Forever. Like if you bring it back to games, because that game was. I think we've spoken about that a few times. That game was a mess. Right. Okay.
I think with Yog Ventures, I guess the biggest problems that have happened is the wording and the PR that they've gone about it. I don't think people really complain and say, oh, the Yogscast lost the money and stuff like that, unless you're an idiot and you've not done your research. The biggest problem that people have is that sort of saying, like, Yog Ventures isn't happening, but that's a good thing, which I do agree is a weird way of saying it. I get what they're trying to say, of course. It's like, it's not all doom and gloom, don't worry, but the way that said, but that's a good thing, makes it sound like they've just...
Yeah, that's bad
a slap in the face to Wintercool.
Yeah, it's just...
And then, what was the other one? Said that we're not obligated to fix this.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because people, like, Kickstarters fail every single day. There is, for every potato salad Kickstarter, and every Oculus Rift and Ouya, there's like a million other Kickstarters that get funded, then just like, their projects fail. The only reason this has been brought to light is because it's the Yogscast. It's such a big YouTube, brand. It's just there's so many that fail, but after the fact. But this has just like come to light, and this just proves how dangerous crowdfunding can be, like Indiegogo, Kickstarter, and all that.
Pledge UK, yeah.
I've never backed one. I've never backed any of them because I don't trust them. I've wanted to back some, but I don't trust it. But I mean, I really wanted to back Broken Age, but I just bought the version when it came out on Steam because it was a game. It was a game I could play. Still haven't finished it. I'll probably get around to that.
The problem is that the Yogscast, at the same time as trying to sort everybody out and make sure that everybody gets the stuff that they want, they're also trying to distance themselves as far away as the game as possible.
Yeah.
So it's definitely swings and roundabouts at this point. Anyway, Yog's Discovery, similar sort of thing. Very little
different opinions on this, which is probably a bit more interesting than...
I'll let you start.
Right. Everyone, normal opinions, like Ryan's opinion, I think, what was yours, Ryan? You start yours.
I think it's tricky to say. The only problem that I would have with it, if this has been going on for quite some time and this has only been brought up now.
It's only recently just been it's only over the last few weeks, and every video has had in the description. But in the description, it always says this is a Yogs Discovery Program game. But go on.
There's just something that I don't like about it is I obviously don't mean stuff like the Hearthstone or the Watch Dogs or trying to think. Don't Starve, I suppose. All of these other ones that have been funded by the developers to do it. This is a very different way of going about it.
Well, that's advertising, basically. That's paying for
yeah, but it's not paying for it's paying for putting out videos.
It's paying
that
for
are
advertising, basically. It's like, I can't think of a good analogy for that. It's basically paying to advertise on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Like bonus, like, adverts, like extras.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And what worries me is that Space Labs isn't the first. I mean, Eldritch is another good one. There's something that it's Yogg's Discovery is perfectly fine if they do it the way that I think they're doing it, which is picking games that nobody else is doing. People like NerdCube and that say, like, oh, remember when we did Papers, Please, and me and Total Biscuit did it in the same week and the sales went up. That's because the game came out that week. Space Labs, if you look on YouTube and put it in, Space Engineer, sorry, nobody else is really doing it. No big YouTubers. There might be a couple with 150,000 subscribers, but there's no Total Biscuit, there's no NerdCube, there's no KSI, there's no whoever, Jesse Cox, Wildcard Dodger, whatever. Nobody else is doing it, which kind of makes sense that if they have a massive sale increase, you can't say it's because of anybody else, because nobody else is playing it. Which is why they've got to be very specific with their games and what times. You know, if this was done with Watch Dogs, it'd be a huge problem because everybody's playing it because it just came out. You know, for this to work, it needs to be at the right sort of time that nobody else is doing it, but at the same time, there is no hype train for it, if that makes sense. These are games that otherwise would have probably gone onto the market and just continued as per usual. They're like Goat Simulator or whatever, that was just a massive hype train for something that wasn't very good. That's my opinion on it anyway. The way that I think that they're doing it is okay. The problem is if they start treading on other people's toes, which is what everybody else is worried about. Right out.
Which they have they have the right, like Total Biscuit has the right to be a bit angry, because if Yogscast are getting paid for this promotion at the same time his video comes out, he's not getting extra money, and he has staff to pay as well as the Yogscast do. He has to pay them, and if they don't get paid, they can't live, basically. But anyway, my opinion on Kieran, is your opinion on your Discovery the same as Ryan's? Is that basically yours?
Sort of. Like, I think if they do it right, it'd be good. But at the same time, I kind of think Yogg's Discovery is somewhat unnecessary. Because, you know, the Yogscast now have existed for 6 years. You know, they've already been doing something right. Like, most of these Let's Plays,
I think what it is,
without it, it's perfectly fine.
I think what it is they obviously want to be able to move away from Minecraft. They're like, okay, we want to play these awesome games that like Space Engineers and stuff, but we can't do too many because we're not going to make as much money. And it's, you know, like NerdCube said before, it's like, oh, but it doesn't cost a lot to be a YouTuber. It does when you're employing 20 odd people potentially on one channel. All of the money that's made on the main channel is distributed to admins, editors, and the people in between. That's a lot of people on, albeit a lot of money, but wages, as people found out with Wintercool and Yog Ventures, is a hell of a lot of money. So if they start drifting away from Minecraft and onto games that may not get as many views, they're probably going to have to let people go. So this is their way of trying to make the same amount of money, I suppose, as Yog Labs or Hole Diggers would. I'm not saying that they're going to move away soon, but they've got to prepare for the time where Minecraft will probably, at some point, just dip.
Yeah.
Like World of Warcraft. All good things come to an end, and they have to be prepared for that. Otherwise, they're going to have to let a lot of very talented people go.
Right. So, my opinion on Yogg's Discovery, I really don't like it. I don't really... From a developer standpoint, I really, really don't like it. Because it's so, I can't think of a better word, dangerous for things, because, alright, let's say you pay for this program and your game still doesn't shoot up in sales. You're still gonna, if you like, the 10% will be much larger than what you first conceived it as, and you're still gonna, or whatever, however much it is, it's still gonna be like much larger than you predicted. But another problem is like, say 2 games were submitted. One game they weren't gonna pay for promotion, but they wanted to play, like they really, really wanted to play. Another game that was like submitted for promotion, but they only half wanted to play it. Which one are they going to play? The one that gives them loads of money, or the one that doesn't? They're going to play the I know it's like the Yogscast and stuff, and but humans like money. That's the thing. Money is such a beautiful word, and humans like money, and I feel like they're just going to choose games. Like this could have implications of them just playing games for the money. I don't think it will, but it could, and that's bad for everybody. Because if what's a good game? Like Aliens Colonial Marine. I've just been rewatching some of old Total Biscuit videos on this. Like, what if they play a game that's promoted via this program? They make money from it, make more money than they would normally. And so people go and buy this game, pre-order it or whatever, and the game turns out to be crap. Who are those people going to blame? They're going to blame the Yogscast. The Yogscast said this game was great. They told us to buy it. When they didn't say that, but their opinions, false or whatever, said that it was a good game. And that's for us to see. I don't see it going, but I can see... I hope it doesn't go there, but it could do. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I imagine a lot of I see what you mean, because a lot of these games that they're going to be spotlighting on Yogs Discovery
are going to be
will
alpha.
be in early access. Yeah, they will be buggy, they will be unfinished, they will be not what they're probably going to be, if that makes sense. There'll be plenty of changes. I think a good example of this is Heroes and Generals.
Yeah.
A lot of people, there was a lot of hype behind that. And I mean, it's hard to say 10% out of the sales that Heroes and General made because it's a free game. But
that was paid promotion like Watch Dogs or Hearthstone, though.
Yeah, but I guess that's the sort of the approach that they're going for with Yogs Discovery, is a game that doesn't get as much publicity. Correcting myself before, some people have said that there are some big YouTubers that did play Space Engineers. Sorry, I did try and look, and I didn't see many big videos, like 5,000 views and stuff like that. Saying that,
500,000 views.
No, well, probably there'll be some, but when the first thing you look when you see it, it's always sort of Yogscast. Then a couple of people, small Let's Players, and then you'll get one that's big. Hearthstone was paid promotion, just so you know. Probably because of the Naxxon Mass stuff that's coming out next week. Anyway, I think we've done enough talking about Yogs Discovery.
Yep. Okay, let's move on. Monkey Tennis.
We just basically want to say that we support everything that the Yogscast do. We may not potentially agree with some of it, but that's just our opinion. It's not like none of us are going to quit over any of this, essentially.
I quit! I can't do it anymore, Ryan!
Yeah, basically, one thing everyone has to remember is, be a fan of the Yogscast, do whatever you want, but, you do have to be critical.
Yeah.
Don't just follow blindly. Be critical of near enough everything. Just
question everything, yeah.
Yeah, don't let it spoil it for you, though. At the moment, for example, I'm being quite critical of Big Hero 6, kind of the new Disney and Marvel thing. Because
why?
It fucks over quite a lot of the original Big Hero 6 stuff.
Okay.
But there's a lot to explain. Don't really want to put it into the podcast at the moment, but I can show you later on. But basically, just remember, be critical. Don't be a zealot.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Don't expect because you don't... if you say, I don't like the idea of Yogs Discovery, don't expect Terps and Lewis to not be friends with you. They will probably have a lot more respect, and they will want your opinion, and then they will do their best to sort of discuss it with you.
I think...
Which is the problem with this at the moment, is they can't discuss this with everyone.
No.
They're a company. The problem that Kieran Dave has got in a lot of trouble with is that he wants to try and respond to a lot of people, but he's getting absolutely overwhelmed, bless him.
That's the thing. Once you open yourself up for like comments, that's why when you see like a leak from a games company or whatever, they'll apply no comment, because if they comment on that, people will think they have to comment on everything, which is not good.
Yeah.
So basically, what it comes down to is we just hope the Yogscast keep what they've got going and just don't like do it for the money, because if they do, that's when like everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Monkey tennis.
Sorry,
I just had a bit of a cough.
This will probably be cut down quite a lot, because basically I don't want to talk about this because it's pretty much done. It's all dealt with. You know, we were considering doing like a special on it and just talking about it, but at the same point, we're not journalists, we're not Total Biscuit, we're not Nerd Cube.
You might not be. Oh, spoilers.
I don't expect when this came out everybody to go, oh, I wonder what the tPod thinks, because we're not. We do have opinions and stuff, and we want people to appreciate them, but people are going to listen back to this, probably. You know, new listeners might go through all the podcasts. They don't want to hear the one about this.
No, this has been a low podcast so far. Let's bring the energy up, guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's do this. Peel the banana.
Right.
Peel the banana. Go. Bananas. Go.
Move the next thing on to not relevant, because it's probably
Boring.
up there.
Okay. Oh, God.
As much as I'd like to talk about it now. Where do we start?
I haven't got the Google Doc open. Hang on. Let me just open it on my phone.
It's Gmod with Lewis and Simon.
It's really good. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying Gmod, as we've said every week while it's been
It's
on.
still
It
good.
seems to really get...
It's still good. Yog Labs. The Yog Labs episode, the newest one, the nuclear reactor one. Do you know in the Kieran Dave interview, not pod interview, Kieran Dave, go watch it, he said that there was a big build coming up, and that was it. That was fucking it.
Yeah,
it
was a huge...
I saw it. I was sitting back and going, holy shit. This was it. Oh, God. It was awesome. That interview... Kieran, let's talk about that for a second. Kieran Dave, like, what we cut out and what was, like, said before we started recording and afterwards, he's such a nice man. He's so nice.
I said we'd talk about this later.
Shh. Spoilers. Okay.
we might as well talk about it in our section.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. Ooh.
Yeah, Yog Labs, it was a huge build. It was really interesting to hear that a lot of it is built by Lewis. A lot of it is built by Lewis, and he's very much involved. Big build. We'll probably talk a lot more about Yog Labs later when it's all sort of intertwined. Gmod has been going great. Hull Diggers, really enjoying Hull Diggers at the moment.
Yeah, it's like the space station.
There's a real sort of element that they know what they're doing, and I think, again, with what Kieran Dave said, that recording slow doses, small doses, and it keeps people interested, and it means that, you know, Simon, Duncan, and Lewis can sit around and go, right, what is it that we're doing this episode? Right.
This is kind of how I feel. It's some advice I have for people who do LPs as well. It's like, if you're going to record it, don't go on for fucking ages. Like, recording hour sessions.
Yeah. You'll notice this if you watch our third Guns of Icarus game. It was still good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Everybody just chilled out. Everybody just completely...
Well, I got pissed off because someone pissed me. No names being mentioned. Someone pissed me off. I was like, oh, fuck this. I did nothing. I started walking around singing.
That was in like episode 2.
Well, no, it was episode 3. It was like the start of episode 3 that I got pissed off. I was like, fuck this. I think we've done main channel news now. I think 1, 2... the channel news! Okay.
I'd like to talk about Civ first.
Oh, that's other channel news. It's other channel news. Excuse me?
Yeah, well, it is other channel news.
Yeah.
I really like Civ.
I didn't so much.
A very interesting lineup of people. A very interesting idea.
Yeah.
All around.
I didn't really like it.
It's good to see it back. Why didn't you like it?
Well, it's because, like, I think it's partly because, like, Shin wasn't there. Shin, I love Shin when he plays Civ, because if he's really good, he's really funny, and if he's really bad, he's really funny. Shin's amazing. But, and partly because, like, it was Islands map, and as a Civ player would know, a professional Civ player, myself included, would know, Islands are really bad for war early game. So, like, it's not very interesting. There's not much going on this early into the game. When, like, usually, like, this early game, like, last game, it was, like, Shin and Parv were fighting and stuff. And, like, that can't happen in this, like, sort of thing.
It's interesting. I mean, I guess it's just we're just looking for ways And sorry, I just saw Doom and just be like, wow.
Yeah, we're talking about Doom later. Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, go on, carry on with your point. You.
What was my point? I think they were just trying to look at different ways of going about the same old map. But really, they could have done the same map because the difference in people was enough to make it interesting anyway. Like, the addition of Al Smithy and Trott and Tom Clark. Tom Clark on his own is just like oh.
Yeah, he didn't really say much.
It was just interesting to see him there and see how he like interacted with people.
Yeah. Yogscast Tom coming soon. Is that a thing already? I don't know. Probably.
I don't think so.
Probably. Like one of the fans got like the miscoloured like honeydew. It's Yogscast Tom or whatever. God, I hate those channels so much. Okay.
I would have something to say about Civ, but I don't play it, so.
Oh. You should get into it. Get into it, Kieran.
Oh. Alright, fine. I will at some point. Anyway.
Come play with us.
Anyway.
For late night not podding.
Ooh.
We'll do some stream.
Oh, I can't stream and play Civ. Because apparently doing anything on my computer while I'm streaming breaks the stream.
Okay.
I'll just sit here in silence. Yeah. Right, okay.
Anyway, Terpster's Diggy Diggy Hole, the live studio tour.
Oh.
Where we finally found out the founder of the Yogscast.
Harvey J. Yogscast.
Good old Harvey J.
Harvey J.
Harvey J.
I can't go on.
I can walk. I was in tears at that, I won't lie.
It was so funny.
It was, it was great. I mean, it was just trying to work out sort of where they were going with it, I suppose. It's just like, is this a tour? Is this a sketch? But it just like, it doesn't matter because it was still very funny. It was good to see the sort of area that they're working in. But we, of course, saw more of it because there was a live action Diggy Diggy Hole video.
Yeah, that was really good.
I enjoyed it more than the animation, actually.
I still like the animation more, but
there's just something like really emotional about it. Like it came from two guys pissing about, saying, that made a joke on the spot that just sort of blew up.
Yeah.
And then it's like a group of people that they've employed singing it together in an animation epic sort of way, and it's quite epic, I suppose. It's really nice, I guess. It's beautiful.
It was pretty damn intense. I loved it.
Somebody was complaining that like the only person that was giving it like oomph was Terps.
Oh, he was going all out.
It's like, what do you expect when there's a band in the studio to be going like proper at it?
Sorry, I'm just. You can hear crinkling in the background. I'm getting Jaffa cakes out. Hang on.
Basically, when you're in a studio, you're concentrating and want to make it sound as good as possible in the least time. You know what I mean? It's sort of like there's a certain amount of time for having fun, but they probably only booked out that studio for so long that they want to get everything done as quickly as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you.
So, for those people, just that's not how it works. They're not performers, they're just singing backing vocals in a song. In a very difficult song to sing, might I add.
Well, we could sing that on Late Night Not Pod. How about that?
Late Night Not Pod. Tell you what, if we get 1,000 subscribers, I'll do an acoustic version of Diggy Diggy Hole.
Oh my god. Tell your friends. Tell your mum. Tell your mum's friends.
As far as the studio, I don't think it was Sparkles' studio.
That one.
But I think that it's probably where... I'm definitely sure it's where they recorded Blackline. Probably where they recorded the drums for All the Lights in the Sky as well.
Because you can see on the Area 11 channel, it's got a studio tour of like how they recorded everything. And it doesn't look like the same place as where they recorded all that.
But I know that I'm adamant that they recorded Blackline there, though.
Okay, I don't know about that, but
I think it's probably a local one, so he's got good rapport with
Bristol,
the people that own it.
Yeah,
and so he just uses it when he pleases. He's probably got that sort of money lying around.
It was probably quite cool, like the door handles, like guitars and stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know about the microphone being the one that Jimi Hendrix used at Woodstock.
I don't think it really was. I don't think it was, Ryan. I'm sorry to break your dreams, burst your bubble, but it wasn't. Okay, what's next on this slow, relaxed podcast? You know. Ooh,
yeah. This is the sleepy pod.
The gent pod. The gentle pod. Welcome to the gentle pod, everybody. Oh shit. Okay, something fell, but it's okay. Okay, I think that's everything. A member of the week spotlight.
Nah, we won't do that.
Nah, fuck it.
I don't think there's not really been anybody that I've. No.
See, I've had all week free, but I've not really watched anything.
There's not really a lot of stuff that's been coming out this time, really.
No.
Apart from no new videos, is what I mean. Like series have been constant up. You know, like all of the Minecraft series are ploughing on and stuff like Murdered Soul Suspect is ploughing on. There's no new series that are really starting.
Yeah, well...
At the moment, that's caused enough excitement on the subreddit, especially, that people are going, oh, look at this. At least I don't think there is. I will have a double check, though. For now, though, I want to hear your favourite Yogscast videos of the week.
Oh, shit.
You never come prepared, do you?
No. Usually when I'm doing this, Usually when we do this, I'm looking through, like, the video category on the subreddit. I'm like, oh, videos posted this week, what do I do? I'm usually looking for one.
Most of the news that we get is from the beautiful subreddit r/Yogscast, and it has just been hounded out by controversial.
Yes, I mean, our Kieran Dave interview, that got pushed down because of all the controversy. I'm sure it would have been top post if we'd released it at any other time. God, it was...
Strippin wants to... I guess it's a bit of a revamp. I guess he's really trying to, he's sort of had an epiphany, woken up and going, right, I need to sort some stuff out. He's got a new job doing whatever. So he wants to do more stuff. And a lot of people have suggested collaborations with Hat Films and other games that he's good at. And that's all I'll say for the time being. Anyway, there's been a new Israel Animated.
Oh, yeah, oh God, yeah, that's good. That's a good episode.
Papers, please.
That's my video of the week, that one. It's my video of the week.
Convenient.
I thought that's really convenient. Yeah. Okay.
Mine has to have been fucking Hat Corp with the barrel song. You watched any of that?
I don't watch Hat Corp. I'm not Lucy.
I've seen put the lava in. Yeah, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw it for that bit, but lava in the drum. Put the lava in the drum.
Oh, beautiful.
It is very good.
Hi, and there was a Hybrid Panda mega thread. That was quite nice. That was really nice. It gave me a tear in my eye. Because, Panda, I love Panda. He's really good. But he's been sort of underappreciated in the Yogscast, I feel, by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he's had a tough old week, has Panda. His girlfriend broke up with him of a long time, and
was that this week?
not this. I don't think it was this week specifically, but it was recently. And his dad's been diagnosed with cancer, and so
because his dog died a couple of months ago.
What was that dog called? I've forgotten. It was just really sad, and everyone was in this thread just wishing him well, and it was so nice to see just everyone come together.
It's easy to forget about Panda. That's the problem, because he just does his own thing.
Yeah,
which I think
he doesn't.
People are like, oh, you should collaborate.
It's like Nilesy. It's him and Nilesy that have done stuff in the past. Really, yeah, that's about it.
That's because they are from a background where they have just done it all themselves. They came through Machinima, did it that way, and then joined onto the Yogscast because it was a lot better. Just sort of circumstances, I suppose. But they have their way of doing it, and you've got to understand that you won't see maybe Nilesy with Hat Films and stuff, even though that'd be mental. What I don't like seeing is people so-and-so should collaborate. Collaborations, as we found out when we did Guns of Icarus.
Fucking hell.
That was just one, and we had to organise 3 weeks prior to do that.
that was...
And even then shit went wrong. Luke's microphone wouldn't work. We had to sort out Lucy's recording an hour before.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, her recording came out the best quality.
My recording broke. Wait, did I even record that? I can't remember.
Your recording was you recorded, but the quality was awful.
My recording broke because, for some reason, I think it might have been a problem with the hard drive. Whenever I record really long, if I record 10, 15 minutes, it's fine. But if I record longer than that on any game, whatever frame rate I'm playing at, like, say Minecraft I'm playing at 120 frames per second, it'll be fine for like 10, 15 minutes, and then after that it'll just start crashing randomly. So that's a problem I need to fix. Fucking hell. Oh, God.
Right, I guess we'll talk about the thing that we can actually talk about quite a lot.
Well,
we've been calling for 58 minutes now, and I feel like we've not talked about anything.
No.
Any particular favourite videos of the week that isn't...
I said mine,
Kieran?
I said mine as well.
Sorry.
Oh,
what was yours?
What was Kieran's?
Lava in the drum, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Hat Films one.
Of course.
Oh, God.
What would mine be? I think...
Come on, Ryan, hurry
I think the first of the newest Gmods with Lewis just shouting at... Simon just shouting at Lewis.
God. I need to go and watch, like... I only watched the occasional
squeals that
Gmod.
Lewis does. It's like...
Also, take my baby in fucking murder.
Yeah.
That means he is. Save the baby!
Oh.
Anyway, not relevant section. There's only really one bit.
thing.
And that's... I think we can talk about it enough. The Kieran Dave interview.
Yeah, that was big.
Which was a shock to the system, definitely.
Yeah, when he said he'd do it, we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I sent him a message on Reddit, and I was just like, hey, do you want to come on sometime? It'd be great. And he was like, yeah, sure. Once I'm back from Bristol, and we're like, oh shit. Oh shit. The Kieran Dave was a bit difficult to do, simply because I messaged him when he was back, and I was like, oh, when's free for you? And he's like, really? Only today? More specifically now. I was like, oh.
God, so I got a message off Ryan, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I think I was in bed at that time, actually. I was like, the fuck? So I was like, shit, gotta get off and get
We
ready.
had already sort of planned that it would be us three, funnily enough.
Yeah.
That we would be the ones in the conversation. We thought that it was a good mix of people that could actually talk and sort of had knowledge in not only the Yogscast and what stuff that Kieran Dave does for the mod pack, but also with apps and games and stuff like that. Which you kind of heard through it, because obviously when I started talking about Quake, I went very quiet. Oh, God,
Quake.
And Kieran got very loud.
Yeah, we need to play some Quake sometime, Kieran. Me, you, and Kieran.
Yes.
Me, you, and Dave. We'll go and play. I think we call him Dave. I remember like how you called him Mr. Kieran, and he was like, no, fuck that. None of that shit.
He was a really cool guy.
Yeah, he was really nice. He was lovely.
He was very, he was happy that we could sort ourselves out around him. He was just, I really enjoyed it, and it seems like a lot of people did. Flotterkin, the other mod pack guy, really enjoyed it. And hopefully it's a step in the right direction. As I said, I don't know whether I kept it in the final edit, but I did say that it'd be nice for people to take us seriously. We are a funny group, and we piss about a lot of the time. But as I said, it's not difficult to share your opinions on the Yogscast. We have to go up and beyond, which I hope that we do anyway.
Yeah.
But bearing in mind, we have actually been going for a quarter of a year now.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Yeah, we have. 13 weeks.
I'm just going to go and throw myself out the fucking window.
Why?
Jesus Christ. A quarter of a year of naught pods. The fuck am I... I want to make games. I want to make games.
We've achieved a lot in that time.
I want to make games.
Considering, like, Lucy, when she was back at the point of sort of being our producer or executive producer, where she's like,
just shouted a lot.
Right, let's aim for this and that. She sort of gave us the challenge of trying to get somebody of Yogscast relation on for an interview, and we're like, that's not going to happen, and it apparently did.
Wow,
so
yeah, that was quite a shock.
Well done, us.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, please, thank you.
My target was 1,000 subscribers, but I don't think that's going to happen.
At the end of the year, is that?
Yeah.
What, end of 2014, or at the end of like
end of this year.
Right, that probably not going to happen. But I think we'll hit 500 by the end of this year.
But yeah, if you haven't listened to it, do check it out. It's got some good points about the mod pack, the Yogscast as a whole, as a workforce, Bristol, America, Quake, keyboards.
Oh God!
And yeah, it was really good fun.
Pubs.
He kind of invited us to play like Civ, like afterward, but we don't know whether that was just him being quite just sort of polite anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we should hang out more.
Like, yeah, never gonna play with those guys again.
Yeah.
Right. Now, big news for the week, gaming section. Let's think we're ready for now. Biggest news this week. Biggest news I think in gaming ever. This is like America bombing Japan level of news right now. Doom, the new Doom gameplay has been shown at QuakeCon, but they're not showing it to the public outside of QuakeCon this year probably, and that makes me sad inside. That makes me want to cry, guys.
Oh, you mean the Doom stuff not being shown off to people?
Yeah. It's only for people who were there.
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a shame because I want to hear it, especially kind of hearing that it sounds like they've just played the Brutal Doom mod.
Yeah,
and we just were like, this sounds fucking awesome. Let's make a game out of it.
Did you see like the reaction video of people coming out of that thing though? They were, that's fucking awesome. It was just, oh my god, it looks. So...
I love like the thing we mentioned though, where it's like there's a scene where kind of like you need to get through a door using like a hand scanner, so we just cut a guy's arm off. Picked up the hand and then slapped it on the thing.
So good. It's just it sounds amazing. But like I don't actually like the idea of executions. Like cutaway finishing moves, I hate them. I hate them in Deus Ex Human Revolution. I hated them in like Dead to Rights Retribution. I hate them in
Dead to Rights was shit though.
I finished that game. I think we talked about like a few weeks ago. I've actually finished that game now. I just went through a phase of trying to finish it. It's really shit. But you know, yeah. So yeah, I hate them. I don't want them. I hope like there's a way to like. I hope they're optional. Like you don't have to do them. Okay, next bit of gaming news for the gaming section is Square Enix. There's a fan remake of. I don't like Final Fantasy. I hate Final Fantasy. Is just fucking terrible. The last good Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 3, depending on where you are in the world, how kawaii you are. So Final Fantasy Type 0 was a game that was exclusive to Japan, I think, or it's like there was no English translation. So a group of fans got together and started like translating it to English for the fans to play. So Square Enix sent them a cease and desist letter, making them stop doing this. And at this point, Square Enix have not announced any like English release of the game, so I don't know why they would want them to stop, because that's like the highest honor you can have. Like people are taking a lot of time out of their normal life to translate a whole game to you. And Final Fantasy games, they have a lot of dialogue and exposition that's really shit. And people are willing to wade through that shit to translate this game, and you're making them stop. It makes no sense. Like the only reason I can think they'd do it is because if they're planning an English release of the game. But it's just like if they were going to do that, they'd have to announce it soon. Otherwise, people aren't going to be happy with it. Like I don't like Final Fantasy games. They're really shit and boring. Like 20 hours. Like someone said to me once, like I think it was like back when like Final Fantasy 12 came out. Like it gets good 20 hours in. That's not a selling point.
Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, I like Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, no, someone said I hate them all. Someone said to me, I started playing it.
I don't like the combat system.
I have no problem with the combat system.
And then I don't like the whole sort of like Pokemon, but Pokemon it works fine, but it's you want to plow through Final Fantasy and it just seems to be like stopping and starting constantly. But at least for Final Fantasy 12 it was quite fluid and flowing. Yeah,
but someone said to me once
it was chaos. It was absolute chaos to play it, but it was still really fun.
They said it gets good 20 hours in. That's not a selling point to me. Like Heavy Rain, as much as I don't like that game got good about 2 or 3 hours in. That's when it started to get good. But that game was terrible anyway, but it got good at least 2 or 3 hours in. Not 20 hours! That's nearly a whole day of gameplay. Like, I haven't got much to do, but I'm not going to spend 20 hours playing a shit game for it to get good. And this is a Final Fantasy fans version of getting good. So it's probably like it doesn't slap you in the balls every 10 minutes. Kinda good. It just like drags your face along the ground. It sounds like the Final Fantasy 6 was good because it was for different reasons, like than newer Final Fantasies. Like Final Fantasy 7, that was alright, but it started the downhill spiral of shit. An exposition that's just terrible. Like they spent what was that scene? Was it in Final Fantasy 9 where there's just like two characters like just laughing, and it's the worst laughing I've ever seen.
Oh, you mean Final Fantasy 10?
Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? It's like, ha, 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 ha,
yeah.
ha, ha.
9 was fantastic. I fucking loved 9.
don't want
But 10,
7, 9, and 12.
yeah, like 7, 9. I did enjoy 10, but the voice acting at times was really fucking grating. Especially that scene. No. Have you seen this? There's a video actually where someone took a scene from The Big Bang Theory, removed the entire laugh track, and replaced it with Tidus's laugh from Final Fantasy X.
Oh God!
So it's like every time something happened, all you'd hear is ha 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 ha.
Like, have you seen the videos of The Big Bang Theory with no laugh track? It's the most awkward shit in the world. It's horrible.
It's terrifying.
That show is
God.
terrible though. That show is awful. Like,
We've talked more about everything else than the Yogscast here.
well, there's depressing stuff to do with the Yogscast this week, so you know.
We're just avoiding.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
avoiding the inevitable. Right, okay. Last, I feel like we've covered nothing really, but okay. Last thing in gaming section is the Alien Isolation pre-order DLC, which has annoyed me more than it should have done.
Is this the one that people sort of rezzed? Because I played
It's the one
Alien Isolation at
yeah,
Rest.
it is, yeah, that's the one you've played.
And I wasn't really impressed with it a whole lot.
I really want
It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. It was very easy to do.
I love Alien, and I love that it's not Aliens, which is like the James Cameron the sequel was terrible. It was shit.
What, Aliens?
Yeah, Aliens was crap.
Shut your whole mouth.
The second, no, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, Kieran. It was crap.
Where we promote discussion on the Yogscast.
No,
We're not providing discussion.
The first Alien film was amazing. That film is still in my top 3 films of all time. That film was incredible. But the second James Cameron was a bit too, and then the third, it's sort of like the second one. Okay, it wasn't crap, but it wasn't good. It was like meh. And then the third
good.
one and which one was the? Was it the fourth one where they cloned her to impregnate her with
the fourth one was the fourth one is where they cloned her because of the events of the third one.
Yeah, that's just, oh god, that was terrible. The third and fourth ones were just downhill fast. But at least we can all be safe
Most
in the knowledge
tend to be.
that Alien vs Predator is the best film ever made of all time. We're talking about Alien vs Predator when we're talking about topics. No, it's not. It's terrible.
Was it exactly the same then?
What do you mean?
Because me and Phil went to play Alien Isolation at Res, and it wasn't very scary because you are essentially given something that tells you where the fuck the alien is.
Yeah, well, no,
and
that's
it's just
scanner,
okay, he's over there. Let's not go fucking down that corridor screaming.
It's so good. It looks so good. I really want to play it.
It looks amazing.
I really can't wait
Don't
for
get
it
me
to come
wrong.
out.
And I think it'd be really good, but
I really want to play it.
it's not Outlast. Really, it could do with being as scary, if not scarier. But
but the point of Alien was that there was one alien. There wasn't. That's why it's called Alien, not Aliens, plural. But okay. Anyway, we're off topic. The main point about this is that I love the first film, and I'm not going to be able to pre-order the game, so I'm not going to get the pre-order DLC. Now, the pre-order fucking DLC is the crew of the. I can't remember what the ship was called. Fuck.
The Nostromo.
Yeah, that's what it's really fucking weird. Isn't it? Yeah, it's the crew of the ship. All the original people are in there in this fucking DLC. It's so annoying because I'm not going to be able to pre-order that game. I was planning on getting that game for as a present or something. It's it's so annoying. I'm not going to be able to play as them. I'm not going to play as. Oh, it's so annoying. I really want to play it. I really want to play that DLC, but I'm not going to pay for it because I hate day one and pre-order DLC as it is. Even except when it's a skin pack or some shit. If it's a skin pack, whatever, it's passable. But when it's this is quite big, and you're holding. It's so stupid. I'm not going to pay for this when it comes out because it's obviously going to come out as separate DLC. And if you pay for this as separate DLC, you're an idiot. Frankly, you're dumb. Don't buy it. Just don't do it. Don't give them the satisfaction. Who's making this game? Was it
Creative Assembly?
Sorry.
Creative Assembly. Yeah, they've made some good games. But
I felt really sorry for the lead designer last week when I was in Cardiff. Because he was doing a huge talk at this Welsh Games Dev thing, and everyone was just saying, and it's like, so what's this fucking DLC now? It's just first of all, not relevant to the talk. Second of all, we don't get a say in it.
No, it's is it published by It must be published by Sega, I think.
Yeah, it's published by Sega.
Yeah, because they own the Aliens license.
Oh,
What? Okay,
news that
Ryan?
this is probably going to happen. We are going to go to Insomnia.
Oh, right, yeah, I just want to the end.
Yeah,
Shit.
because I just remembered.
Ryan got a bit excited in his pants. Then. Okay.
It's not 100% sure yet, but funnily enough, it'll be us three again going.
I don't.
We should
I probably will be going. I don't know at this point, but we'll find out soon. Hopefully.
You probably will, or you probably won't.
I don't know at this point. I'm waiting for my friend to work it out.
Well, the chance of Kieran coming is about as strong as yours.
So it might be us. It might be us
You
three.
are
or it
coming
might
from
be...
the same direction, might I add.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be worried about being left at a train station on your own.
No, but
Kieran will hold your hand.
I'd probably meet Kieran in Preston or something.
You can hold on to his beard as he
Oh, that'd
walks
be
around.
awesome. I want to swing on it and he can carry me in his pouch.
Was he like the Iron Giant?
I always imagine this Kieran this 7-foot guy with a giant beard and he's ripped to shit, but he's
So he's Tom and Giantsbane from Game of Thrones.
yeah, basically. It's just the beard. Oh god.
But yeah, it's looking likely, shall we say?
Yeah, we'll hopefully be going, and if we do,
we'll know more closer to
I think
the time.
who's going is
It'll be
what fans are going? I think
what fans are going.
Yeah, I think what's she called? Honky Tonk, is she going?
Yeah, I think Honky said she might be going. A friend of mine said she might be going as well. Some people on here might know a kind of Sticky Hunter. She's going to be going.
Oh,
I recognise the name.
Sticky Hunter.
Sticky Hunter.
Yep.
Wash your mouth out, young man. But yeah, it looks like I'll be going. It looks like our friend Andrew Thompson will be going. Kieran potentially as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I
Will
might
and
be
his
going.
friend, and Luke is definitely going.
Luke is. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to go now. That's made
But
me.
Lucy's away. Funny
Like
that.
always.
She's always away. And Body and Sam aren't going. So
What was that
I'm
about,
pretty
Bobby?
sure- I don't think they're going.
No, they're not. Sam's not going. I definitely think. He said he's definitely not going. Rob says he's definitely not going.
Kim's not going as well because she lives on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I mean, we could fly. We could ship her over, but
Ship her over.
it's a lot of money. Come on. Right, I think we're done for tonight. Okay.
I think we're done.
All right. Thank you for watching episode 13 of the tPod. We love you. I love you.
It's been an odd
Yes,
one,
you.
but we love you.
Yeah, it's been a gentle podcast. It's been a gentle one.
Well,
Gentlemen.
The ramble
The gentlemen.
The
But
gentleman.
it's been a fun ramble.
Jesus. Right. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Are we doing a late night
Goodbye.
not pod?
I don't know if we can because if I do anything
We
on
can
this,
try. It's not
apparently
really
it'll
fucked up for a
break the
while.
stream. Okay, let's try after this. Okay, thank you for watching.
You could. Yeah.
Stop.
Sorry.
Okay, bye. Mwah.
Bye.